Diddy's legal team is currently pushing to postpone his trial after 3 additional accusers were included in the federal case. Allegations have emerged suggesting that Diddy may have engaged in misconduct with child stars such as Aaron Carter and Justin Bieber when they were only 12 years old. Meanwhile, Aaron Carter's mother is working to reopen his case following the discovery of new evidence indicating that his death may not have been a suicide. A major question remains: if Aaron drowned in a bathtub, why were his lungs completely dry? And why had he been telling others he was far from inactive?
Aaron Carter's mom has made a pretty remarkable decision. She has decided she wants the world to see the death scene, where the bathroom where Aaron was found dead. And the reason for this is she is calling out the police and feels like they did not do a proper investigation here, because she is certainly insinuating that there may have been foul play involved in Aaron Carter's death.
Oh, well, the first day, I got a call. The first thing, I got a call from my daughter, Angel, and she said that Aaron was found in the pool. So then I found out later that he was found in a tub, and the stories just kind of kept changing.
As more information comes to light, it becomes evident that Aaron Carter's death has always been shrouded in suspicion. Just 2 days before he was said to have overdosed on Xanax, Aaron posted a video stating he felt his life was in danger and that certain individuals were targeting him. He directly said he was being pursued, and then one day after Diddy's birthday, he passed away. Can all of this really be chalked up to mere coincidence?
A silence breaker for my brother, who is a rapist, and now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me, and Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to me off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this, and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang myself. So please trust what I'm saying.
When Aaron's body was discovered, his phone was missing from the scene but later found in his vehicle. In the days leading up to his death, he had spoken about exposing those who were threatening him and had begun naming certain executives. So, why would he leave his phone behind in the car? Was his death truly due to an overdose, or was that just how it was staged?
Aaron Carter was despicable, though, because he begged for her to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not suicidal. And no one said anything.
If we examine the individuals Aaron was trying to distance himself from, one name keeps resurfacing: Sean Diddy Combs. Aaron achieved fame early, selling over 1 million records before reaching age 10. However, things appeared to spiral downward following his connection with Diddy. Sadly, this path is not unique. Several other child stars, including Usher and Justin, have faced similar challenges.
The fact that Aaron's phone was actually found in his car in the driveway. Aaron was known to always have his phone on him. He was always on his phone. He was never not on it. He was always posting online, listening to music, talking to people, texting. There was never a moment that Aaron was seen without his phone. So when his phone was found in his car in the driveway, far away from his body where he was found, and he was going to take a bath too. If I'm going to take a bath, I always bring my phone in there because I'm probably watching videos or listening to music or something. Just very strange that a guy who always had his phone on him did not have his phone on him or even near him when he passed. Now, Aaron was not examined by the same medical examiner, Ed Winter, that all the other celebrities were. Ed actually passed away, like I mentioned, but it was the same coroner's office, the same medical examiner's office performing the autopsy. So the likelihood that if Diddy controlled somebody in that area, or if Diddy has any sort of hold on the medical examiner's office or the police of LA County, then it's very likely that that reach did not just extend to one person. It is likely over the entire department, the entire system that they have in place out there.
Following developing news tonight in Lancaster, where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life. Chris Wolf is live for us in Lancaster. He's got more on this. Chris?
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man. It's the tragic death of a young performer, and now family, friends, and fans around the world are suffering the loss.
Misconduct and exploitation are deeply rooted in Hollywood, and Aaron was one of its casualties. His parents were aware of his struggles, and it was later revealed that some family members had ulterior motives. Aaron even accused his sister Leslie of abusing him during his childhood. His trauma began within his own home and was compounded by the entertainment industry. In the end, it seemed that those closest to him were more concerned with financial gain than his well-being.
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, "You look like you have AIDS, you should go die." I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old.
This eventually resulted in Aaron Carter contracting multiple STDs. At one point, there were even rumors that he had tested positive for HIV. The trauma Aaron endured left deep emotional scars, leading him to act out. He turned to harmful behaviors and substance abuse as a way to cope with his painful past. Justin Bieber followed a similar path. But why does this keep happening? Why do so many child stars who step into Hollywood end up struggling with addiction?
It is the toughest thing to deal with.
Police never suspected foul play in Aaron Carter's death, which they ruled as an overdose. But there are several concerns. For one, how could Aaron have died from an overdose in a bathtub full of water and yet have no water in his lungs? His mother is pushing for a formal investigation. She believes law enforcement may have been part of a cover-up. A welfare check was reportedly made the night Aaron died, yet the circumstances of his death suggest no officers ever showed up.
Your system is still so weak that it can't fight off, a yeast infection.
Sorry, my part is just like,
so
you guys got to understand out there, like, this is like, no, I know this is kind of like, it's giving me anxiety, okay? So my heart is racing. I did not take any medications before I came here. I haven't in actually a couple of days because I wanted to try to wean myself off of this.
Forensic experts have pointed out that Aaron Carter's death might have been staged to appear as an overdose. This ties into claims made by Kanye West, who has spoken publicly about handlers and Hollywood people who manage and control celebrities. Kanye mentioned his former trainer, Harley Pasternak, as one such handler. Notably, Aaron also worked with Pasternak.
But then one of the things I also noticed when you met with Dr. Jorge, you opened up and expressed your concerns that you're worried you have HIV.
Absolutely.
I know you recently came out as bisexual.
Yes.
Is that one of the other reasons that's had you concerned? Because you admitted on the tape piece that you say, I haven't always been safe sexually.
Absolutely, no, and that's a fact. I haven't always been safe sexually, and I have no qualms in saying that. There's nothing wrong with me saying that.
At this point, none of this should come as a surprise. Hollywood has long been accused of harboring predators who exploit young boys and girls. Tom Hanks once said that Harvey Weinstein was just a small part of a much larger issue. Aaron's death bears similarities to other musicians who've died under suspicious circumstances. Many of these deaths are presented as suicides or accidents, often involving people with no prior health problems. This silence from people like Justin Bieber and Aaron Carter makes sense. They know speaking out might not change anything. It took hundreds of women coming forward before Harvey Weinstein was held accountable. Even now, despite video evidence showing Diddy violently attacking Cassie, there's a real chance he may avoid prison.
Aaron Carter was found dead in a bathtub in his home in Los Angeles last November. Since that time, TMZ has reported the LA County coroner did not find water in his lungs, meaning he didn't drown. Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted photos on Facebook that show the bathroom where her son was found. She wrote on Facebook, "Because of my son's mental illness and prescription drug issues, they, the cops, just wanted it to be something easy that they didn't have the time or inclination to address." Schneck wants a more thorough investigation. She wrote that her son was receiving threats from many people, and she believes there were people out there who wanted to harm him.
Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted the photos to her personal Facebook page on Wednesday, writing, quote, "Still trying to get a real investigation for the death of my son, Aaron Carter." On November 5th of last year, 34-year-old Carter was found dead in the bathtub of his Lancaster, California home. According to posts by his mother, quote, "The coroner wrote it off as an accidental drug overdose. They never investigated it as a possible crime scene because of his addiction past." One of the photos shows the bathtub where Carter was found filled with green water. Another shows what appears to be feces smeared across the bathroom floor. A towel and some clothing items can also be seen on the floor in the photos. In one social media post, Carter's mother writes, quote, "Why are the towels perfectly placed?" In others, she alleges Carter received multiple death threats before he died, saying many people were making his life miserable.
Diddy's legal team is now attempting to have the video of him assaulting Cassie excluded from evidence. They argue that the original video is 30 minutes long and that editing it for length makes it inadmissible. Shockingly, they also claim the footage doesn't actually prove Diddy committed a violent act.
Another piece of the puzzle I discovered in my research were the claims that Kanye West was making about Harley Pasternak, who is a personal trainer for Ye, and he was also a personal trainer for Aaron Carter. And Ye is openly accusing Harley Pasternak of being not only a celebrity handler, but also responsible for what happened to Aaron. He thinks that he was the guy that went in there and set this up to look like he basically overdosed and accidentally unalived himself. And his claims for this is that Harley Pasternak made threats to Ye about putting him in such a seduced state and under a conservatorship that he wouldn't even know like what was going on. And he even says something along the lines of like family gatherings won't be the same, or like time with your kids won't be the same, something like that. But I've got the clip. It's really crazy.
Harley Pasternak followed me to the fucking hotel. Then they killed Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't clear the Backstreet Boy sample. You get what I'm saying? Harley Pasternak, pusher, your trainer. Harley Pasternak, Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying?
A forensic specialist was brought in to examine the video and reportedly stated that it had been altered. However, prosecutors insist they have the unedited original and plan to present it in court.
They'll all be attacked on cross-examination. Their character will be impugned. They will attack the victims for not coming forward until Cassie Ventura came forward. How do you fix that? You find an outcry witness. What is an outcry witness? An outcry witness is someone the victim told about their at the time. So 10 years ago, I told you Sean Combs raped me at this party. I told you that then, but I never made a police report. That adds credence, credibility to the victim's statement. So a lot of victims are going to be attacked because they continued in a seemingly friendly relationship with Combs. A lot of women do that. Your boss makes advances on you unwanted. What do? Quit and starve? There's a lot of reasons women maintain a relationship with the rapist. So we may lose credibility on a couple of witnesses, but the sheer number of them, I find it hard to believe that a jury will choose to disbelieve all of these ladies and choose to believe Sean Combs.
Combs wants that video or videos excluded from trial. And for that, we turn to his motion in limine to exclude video footage of that March 5th, 2016 incident. Motion in limine is a pretrial motion that aims at preventing evidence from coming into trial or limiting it in some way. And it starts by saying, quote, "There is no longer any dispute that the CNN footage from March 5th, 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel offered by the government at 3 separate bail hearings is wholly inaccurate, having been altered, manipulated, sped up, and edited to be out of sequence. As indicated below, CNN paid Redacted, don't know who this person is, Redacted, for footage, copied that footage in unknown ways, presented that footage out of order, and destroyed the original. Accordingly, all the footage from CNN is inaccurate and inadmissible. As for the 2 items of footage filmed by an iPhone 6, those pieces of footage are inaccurate and inadmissible as well for the reasons set out below.
Diddy's federal racketeering trial is scheduled for May 5th, 2025. His attorneys have requested a 2-month delay, citing new charges in a recent indictment and delays in receiving important evidence from the prosecution. But this argument contradicts their earlier claim that they were fully prepared to go to trial due to a supposed lack of evidence.
Request from the court is to hold a hearing. And at this hearing, Combs explains that his team wants to call a forensic video analysis named Connor McCord to show that this video evidence is inaccurate. Sean Combs' defense team argues the videos are unreliable, that they would unfairly confuse and mislead the jury, that they would be more prejudicial to Combs than it would provide any kind of relevant or probative value for the prosecution's case. They write, quote, "If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth a number well over the court's word limit." Again, the basic argument from Combs and his team is that CNN heavily and deceptively edited the video and turned about 10.5 minutes of footage into a 48-second, quote, out-of-order clip that ended with Combs appearing to drag redacted, again, we believe that to be Cassandra Ventura, to a hotel room. And they argue that this painted the rapper and the music mogul in the worst possible light for the world to see. And as they previously incorrectly mentioned, prosecutors relied on this tape in prior bail hearings to support their argument that Combs shouldn't be released pre-trial.
The trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, a judge has denied his request to delay the proceedings, and that means jury selection could start in just weeks. ABC's Phil Lipoff is tracking this case. Good morning, Phil.
Yeah, Gio, good morning. It looks like it's going to. Sean Combs' trial date is set to go on as expected Friday. A judge ruled Combs' criminal trial will begin next month as scheduled after he denied the defense's request for a 2-month adjournment. The trial is set to begin May 5th with jury selection. The judge said it was unclear why there isn't sufficient time to prepare, especially since 4 different law firms are now representing him. The judge agreed, however, to allow alleged victims to testify under pseudonyms, but one star witness, Diddy's ex, Cassie Ventura, is expected to testify under her own name. She filed, you'll remember, a quickly settled civil lawsuit against Combs. The judge agreed with a defense request to receive outtakes of interviews conducted for a documentary produced by Warner Brothers. Those interviews were conducted with potential trial witnesses. Combs appeared in Jailhouse Beige on Friday and was given a moment at the end of the hearing to communicate with his mother and one of his sons. He told them, "I love you and we're good." He has pleaded, we should mention, not guilty to all 5 federal counts and maintained his innocence in the civil suit that was settled out of court.
It's a familiar pattern. Aaron Carter, Usher, Justin Bieber. The industry continues to exploit victims, often starting at a young age. In a recent interview, Justin broke down in tears, expressing concern for Billie Eilish and saying he hopes she never has to endure what he did.
I think that I was just, living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
Do you think the person that the you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive for sure. It was dark, but I want to definitely tell my story so that if that resonates to anybody, that they can hopefully learn from it.
Well, for me, music comes from somewhere.
Right.
Maybe it comes from this youthful naivety and this desire to escape something. And then you get out there in front of the world, and then it comes from a place of wanting more of it.
Yeah. I mean, just think about how young I was and so impressionable. And you have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times, and I just want people to understand, the psychology behind why I potentially could have problems in my life. So, yeah, thank you for being here and helping me tell that story. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Do you realize how important your story is? Every time I have a conversation with someone who's been through this unique type of experience, I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help.
I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing, and I want people to take a look at my story, and hopefully my words can make a difference.
More victims are stepping forward and filing legal complaints. It's tragic that Aaron didn't live to see Diddy's decline. Just weeks ago, Joseph Manzaro, who has filed a civil lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, named Bianca and Jay-Z as witnesses to an alleged party in 2015. Manzaro claims he was drugged, degraded, and sexually assaulted at this event. He also alleges LeBron James was present as Diddy's legal team attempts to stall proceedings. More truths are emerging, and survivors are finding the courage to speak out. This case is about more than one person. It reveals deep, systemic problems that have harmed many. As the trial approaches, one thing remains certain: justice for Aaron Carter and others affected is long overdue. Stay tuned, this story is still unfolding. Like, comment, and subscribe for more updates.